Before 14 majors, before 4 green jackets, before 1 green jacket, Tiger Woods had never even broken par in 6 career rounds at the Masters. However, in the days before, those closest to the then 21-year-old sensed that the 1997 Masters would be different.
In practice rounds at home before we came up to Augusta National, he shot that famous 59 at Isleworth. The next day, of course, here we go again. We tee off on 10, and then once again, he gets up, he birdies 10. And then we drive over to the 11th tee. It's a par 3 over the water. He takes out an 8-iron and flies it and makes a hole-in-1. And I look at him, and I got in my cart, and I drove back to my house. I was done. He went birdie hole-in-1 after shooting 59. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous.
In 95 and 96, he played practice rounds with the help of certain players, Fred Couples and Greg Norman and Jack Nicklaus. Experience in the golf course, he felt prepared to play.
On the eve of the 97 Masters, Earl Woods ran into Tim Fincham and told the commissioner that Tiger's going to win the tournament, and Earl says, he looked at me like I was crazy.
Despite Woods' 3 wins in 14 career starts as a pro on the PGA Tour, his previous 2 finishes at Augusta resulted in a tie for 41st and a missed cut. In round 1, he played with 6-time major winner and the defending champion, Nick Faldo.
Tiger was a young kid who would have probably appreciated somebody who was really loose, but Faldo was the opposite. He was a little Hogan-like, you know, he could be intimidating without even trying to be.
I've never tried gamesmanship on anybody. I would head down, blinkers on, and go play. I did that with everybody I played with.
Tiger come in, the first 9 holes kind of sucked a little bit, you know. I thought maybe, I wouldn't call it nerves, but maybe being a little bit unsettled.
We didn't see much of each other at front now. We're in the woods. We took 40.
Not what he would have liked, a big 40.
Walking from 9 green to 10 tee, it was like Superman putting on his cape. He was really angry. You could see it on his face, and I had seen Tiger that way several times, especially in U.S. Amateur Championships. He played much better when he was angry.
Woods made his first birdie of the day at the 10th hole. After a par on 11, he hit his tee shot over the green on the par 3 12th.
He was looking at a bogey, and another bogey at that point would have been too much to recover from in terms of overall score.
Bump and run. How good is this? Oh, birdie.
Twinny chipped in off the back of 12, and that was basically the start of his career. And I say jokingly, from there on, we didn't see him for dust for about the next 12 years.
4 birdies and an eagle on the second 9 resulted in a 30. 10 shots better than his first 9. The overall score of 70 put Tiger in 4th place, 1 shot behind Paul Azinger, who he played with in round 2.
He's playing with another former major champion, another person who could be intimidating to him. Not intimidated one bit.
For me, he was just another player. I still had never seen Tiger hit a shot in my life. So I said, I'm gonna watch this shot. And when he hit it, I looked at my caddy and I just was like, holy.
He's the best golfer in the world, and he's 21 years old, and I think that's unbelievable.
As Paul described it, Tiger's shots carried extra integrity. He was so impressed. It was like watching Bob Beamon, you know, jump 29 feet. It was something transcendent athletically.
On the first 9 of round 2, Woods shot 34, 6 shots better than the day before. After reaching the par 5 13th with an 8-iron, he had an eagle putt to take the lead.
Let the record show a little after 5:30 on this Friday, April the 11th. Tiger takes the lead for the first time ever at the Masters.
I do remember talking to Earl afterwards. He did say that once Tiger took the lead, that he would expand it. That's the point where he predicted that it was over.
And talk about a 27-hole stretch to treasure.
There's more to it than hitting the ball a long way around here. I have a lot more experience now in major championship golf than he has.
Whether he was throwing down the gauntlet or not, Tiger took it that way. Tiger, from a young age, would use anything that could be perceived as a slight, even if it wasn't meant as a slight, as fuel.
I was trying to get to number 1 in the world. And he was obviously not ranked, and I felt, well, I've got some experience over him at least. But we weren't ready. I don't think the world was quite aware of what was to transpire.
He didn't really have a weakness. He hit the ball tremendous distances. He had great accuracy. He putted really well. His short game was phenomenal.
Butch, as they were leaving the putting green to go to the first tee on Saturday morning, said, show Colin Montgomery who you are. And Tiger said, don't worry, I got it, I will.
He was hitting the ball 320, and I was stuck at 270, which was okay, 97, but it was 50 yards behind him. And there's an aura about him that I witnessed that round of golf I played with him that I hadn't seen before. Then I realized something was awry, something was different with this fella.
Here it is. Look out.
And there's no chance humanly possible that Tiger Woods is going to lose this tournament. He's 9 shots clear, and I'm sure that'll be higher tomorrow.
Having witnessed what I just witnessed, it was deflating. It was deflating for everybody watching it.
65, Tiger Woods. Masters mark for the largest lead through 3 rounds.
Woods needed a final round 69 to break Jack Nicklaus and Raymond Floyd's 72-hole scoring record of 271.
His opponents have never been people. His opponents have always been history. He always wanted to break every record. He always wanted to do things that had never been done.
Tiger chasing a kind of perfection that really has yet to be defined.
When I stepped on 17T, I just kind of thought about how many under I was, and I saw that scoreboard, I saw I was 18, and I thought, yeah, if I par the last 2 holes, I could have it.
There it is, a win for the ages.
That fist pump, it wasn't one of them things like, well, hey, I kicked that butt today. It was a fist pump where I have arrived.
I had tears in my eyes. He let all of his emotions, which he was very good at keeping inside. So when Earl and he embraced, he kind of let it all out.
He'd hugged Earl after his U.S. amateur victories, but this one was something special. They'd been pointing towards it for a long time.
The thing that always struck me was the almost magical way that he would win. At 1997 Masters, he was just magic that whole week.
To do it in the fashion that I did it, that's just something you never really dream of. It's kind of nice that it actually became a reality.
Tiger, because he knew he had a gift early on, his goal was to make history, to have an impact. And the greatest impact he could have was winning the Masters.